Are you ready for bed? Teeth brushed? Pajamas on? Let's read about the Emperor's New Clothes. I'll bet many of you have heard this story before, but people keep retelling it. It's a Hans Christian Andersen story that has been retold and re-illustrated many times. I like this version of this book. Let's hear about the Emperor's New Clothes. We had a story about an emperor before. An emperor is a king. And this emperor loves clothes. Once upon a time, there was a vain emperor who loved beautiful clothes more than anything else. He spent most of his money buying the newest and most fabulous clothes he could find, and he had a different outfit for each hour of the day. One day, two tricksters appeared in the town where the emperor lived. "We are weavers, and we can weave the most magnificent cloth you've ever seen," they told the astonished townspeople. "Our cloth is truly remarkable," they went on, "for it is invisible to stupid people and those who are not good at their jobs." Well, that's unusual, isn't it? The emperor heard about the amazing cloth, and he was excited. What splendid clothes could be made from that cloth, he thought. Why, with such cloth, I could see at once who is not good at his job, and who is clever, and who is stupid. He sent for the two weavers, gave them a great deal of gold for some of the wonderful cloth, and told them to start work immediately. The two tricksters demanded silk and special thread and precious stones to weave into the emperor's new clothes. They set up their looms and pretended to weave. Here they are, pretending to weave. They are tricksters after all. They're playing a trick on the people in this town. Every morning, the emperor's first thought was the new clothes. "I would like to know what the cloth looks like," he said to himself. But suppose I could not see it at all? That would mean I was stupid or not a good emperor. No, first I will send my trusted old minister. He will tell me how the work is progressing. There's the king dreaming about this special fabric. So he trusted this old minister and sent him to look. The minister went into the workshop where the two tricksters sat at their empty looms. "Step closer, minister, sir," cried the tricksters. "See how beautiful the cloth is." The old minister's eyes widened in shock. He could see nothing at all. Good heavens, he thought, horrified. Am I stupid? Or am I not a good minister? No one must ever hear of this. "Well," asked the tricksters, "how do you like it?" "Oh, it is superb, quite lovely," the old minister lied. "I will report to the emperor that I am pleased with it." There's a picture with the tricksters. The two weavers demanded more silk, gold, and precious stones for the emperor's new clothes. They put everything into their own pockets and went on working on the empty looms. Soon the emperor sent his most loyal footman to the weavers to find out when the cloth would be ready. But things went exactly the same way for the footman as they had for the minister. He stared until his eyes nearly popped out of his head. But all he saw were two empty looms. "Does this mean I'm stupid or not a good footman?" he thought. "I must not let anyone find out." So the footman praised the beautiful cloth and told the emperor what beautiful cloth it was and that it was truly splendid. There's a picture. He's peeking in there, but he's a little worried what people will think of him if he says he couldn't see it. Everyone in the town was talking about the fabulous cloth, and by now the emperor was so curious he wanted to see it himself. He chose some of the most clever people in his court to come with him, including the old minister and the footman. Together they went into the trickster's workshop, where the two men clattered busily at the empty looms. See all the people he took with him? See, Your Majesty, isn't it gorgeous? Asked the minister and the footman. They pointed to the empty loom, believing that everyone else could see the beautiful cloth, and the emperor turned pale. What's this? He thought, horrified. I see nothing at all. Does this mean I'm stupid or useless as an emperor? That would be the most terrible thing that could happen to me. No, no one must find out. Oh, it's very pretty, cried the emperor. I am extremely pleased. His companions nodded in agreement. They couldn't see a single thread either, but no one dared admit it. Yes, it is charming, splendid, wonderful, they all said. Your Majesty, you should wear new clothes made from this magnificent cloth in the great procession, declared the old minister. The emperor agreed and asked the two tricksters to make a ceremonial outfit from the cloth. There's the emperor. He looks a little concerned, doesn't he? Everybody else can see it. He's starting to think, oh no, maybe I'm not very smart. The tricksters worked day and night. Everyone saw how busy they were. They lifted the cloth from the looms. They snipped away with large scissors. They stitched and fitted and sewed with needles without any thread. And at last they said, the emperor's new clothes are ready. Do you see any clothes? Nope, no new clothes. This is called a form, and it's used to put clothes on and make them fit perfectly to someone. No real clothes there, right? The two tricksters carried the new clothes into the emperor's dressing room. They lifted their arms in the air and said, here are the trousers. Here is the jacket. Just look at this cloak. All the clothes are light as spider webs. You will feel as if you have nothing at all on, but that's what's so special about them. They both pretended to dress the emperor in the new clothes. Here they are. Look what he's trying to wear here. They smoothed out creases, buttoned his waistcoat, and fastened the long train, and the emperor twisted and turned in front of the mirror, pretending to admire the new clothes. Oh, what a truly magnificent suit, cried the courtiers eagerly, although none of them could see anything. At last the emperor was ready. All these people pretending they see it. The footmen held out their arms stiffly in front of them, as if they were carrying the emperor's train. They didn't want anyone to notice that they could not see the cloak. The emperor strode out of the castle gate. Servants were already waiting there with a canopy. The procession began. A procession is like a parade, and it is a special event for the emperor. But what's he going to be wearing to this special event? Look closely right there. The people in the streets clapped when they saw the emperor. Oh, just look at these wonderful clothes, they all cried as the emperor marched down the streets in his underwear. He's in his underwear. They all cried as the emperor marched down the streets, waving cheerfully. Nobody wanted to admit they couldn't see anything because they didn't want to appear stupid. Suddenly, a child called out, "But the emperor has nothing on at all." "Did you hear that?" said an old man. "The child is telling the truth." And one person whispered to another, "The emperor has nothing on at all." Soon everyone was laughing at the emperor's new clothes. Here's the child who points and says, "But the emperor has nothing on at all." Soon everyone was laughing at the emperor's new clothes. The emperor was very embarrassed, for he knew that they were right. "All I can do is carry on," he thought, and grimly continued strutting through the town. And his servants went on carrying the train that was not there. A train in this story is a long flowing piece of fabric Maybe you've seen something like that on a bride's dress. But these guys are pretending right here to carry it for the king. There's nothing really there. As for the two tricksters, they hurried off with the foolish emperor's gold and were never seen again. Here's the king, the emperor, just walking around in his underwear. Good thing that child told the truth. As I said, this story has been retold and re-illustrated over and over and over again. I'll bet there's at least 50 different versions of it. It's a cool story. I hope you enjoyed this story, and I hope you are ready for bed. I will see you next time. Bye.